Completely, right?
Good evening. We are going to call the meeting to order. This is the regular board meeting of the Ramona Unified School District Board of Directors. Today is November 13th. I'd like to recognize that we do have all board members present. The board met in closed session prior to this meeting, and this is a readout of action taken in closed session. In closed session today by motion of trustee... Hang on a sec. I might be going out of order. Let's go to the Pledge of Allegiance. My apologies. And I didn't even need anybody to point it out to me. Eden, would you join the principal up there, up front? Okay.
All right, Eden's going to lead us in the pledge.
Okay.
Right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Now we'll do the restart. So, for the record, we have a full board, so we've established our quorum. I will now do a report out, or a readout of action taken in closed session this evening. In closed session today, by motion of trustee Don Perfect, seconded by trustee Dan Summers, the Board of Education approved a workers' compensation compromise and release agreement between the district and employee number 393-592 by the following roll call vote. Those members in favor were Darren Drum, Maya Phillips, Dan Summers, Roger Doan, Don Perfect. There was no board members in opposition, and no one abstained. Next item on the agenda is item C5, which are instructions for addressing the governing board.
The Ramona Unified School District welcomes your participation in school board meetings. To help meetings run smoothly, please follow these guidelines. Complete an orange request to be heard card to speak on an agenda item or during public comment. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes each with a total of 15 minutes per item. Submit cards to the recording secretary before the item begins. Late cards will not be accepted. Address comments to the board and be considerate of others. Public comment is for topics not on the agenda and follows the same time limits.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is item C6. Before we take a motion, I would appreciate a little bit of latitude from the board and the audience. I would like to move the item section G as in George up in front of section F as in Frank, so that we can facilitate the path of the meeting. So, having said that, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move approval with the recommended change, that is moving section G, Human Resources, to be heard prior to section F, Education Services.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. I'm sorry, we said.
I thought yours was a motion. Never mind.
No, we have a motion and a second.
Got it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the item C7, which is the approval of the consent calendar.
I move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item C8, which we just did. It's the approval of the, it's on consent. So it was the motions.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Next item on the agenda is item
Any announcements there?
D1. Oh, thank you, Dawn, very much.
Thank you. This evening, the board heard and met with the final candidate for the director of the Thrive program, our ELOP program, Mrs. Amy Bradshaw. So, Amy, congratulations. Welcome. Welcome to the new position. You're staying put, staying home, but you're moving to a different position within the same department. So we're really excited and thrilled for what you have planned and just moving into that role. And I think Tony mentioned it best that you've been interviewing for that position ever since you started. So welcome, and we're excited you're here.
Very nice.
So we delayed our congratulations when we met with her earlier until it was official and we voted on it. So from us to you, congratulations. Thank you for your continued service with Ramona. And we are privileged to have you. All right. Thank you, Don, for keeping me straight here. Next item on the agenda is item D1, which is our school site showcase. Tonight we're going to hear from Montecito High School.
Good evening. Dr. Thurman, members of the board, my ASB student leaders have prepared a very short 2-minute video for you tonight, and it highlights just 2 things that are going on at Montecito. The first being our deployment of a class called Toro Time, which is very similar to ELT at Ramona High School. However, ours is focused on college and career readiness, looking at things like goal setting, hearing from a variety of guest speakers and that sort of thing, and some academic intervention time. And then the second thing that they will share information about was our model continuation school visit that happened a couple of weeks ago. Montecito's applied for the state's Model Continuation High School Award. We won't hear until the spring, but they hit some highlights in here. And after this, for you to look at later, there's just some slides that Mr. or Karina can share with you that just have some kind of notes from the visit and that sort of thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Some guest speakers so far this year Palomar College, Pacific Rim Mechanical, military representatives, and California Conservation Corps. A small group of students.
He's got it. He's got it.
Start over.
Hi, I'm Natalie. Hi, I'm Kim.
Hi, I'm Jacob.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
And we're students at Montecito.
This year we started something new called Toro Time, our version of extended learning time. The goal of Toro Time is to help students prepare for the life after high school by focusing on college and career. Each week we have a different focus. Sometimes it's guest speakers, and other weeks we focus on wellness activities, academic, sport, or planning for our future through activities like goal setting, resume writing, or exploring job skills. Some guest speakers so far this year have been Palomar College, Pacific Rim Mechanical, military representatives, and California Conservation Corps. A small group of students also work with the Ramona Chamber of Commerce to complete a job readiness workshop. Students have said they appreciate having time built into the school day to work on things that really matter for their future. It has also helped build a stronger sense of community on campus.
The second update is about our application for the Model Continuation School Award. Montecito applied for the award this summer, passed the first phase, and had a validation visit on October 28th. During the visit, the community met with all the parts of our school, parents and alumni, staff, district leadership, board representatives, and of course, students. They also visited classrooms.
The feedback from the visiting team was really positive. They heard common themes from everyone they talked to that Montecito is a place where students feel supported, known, and successful, and where staff are committed to helping every student reach their goals. The visiting team will submit their final report to the state in December 2025, and award notifications will be announced in the spring of 2026.
We're hopeful and proud to represent a school that is being recognized for their amazing work happening every day.
We have two really important things coming up for Montecito in the future. Our WASP visit is happening February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
And on Wednesday, February 11th, we will have our annual College and Career Fair, which will be held in the Wilson Gym from 11:45 to 12:45.
Thank you for supporting Montecito High School and for giving students a voice and sharing our progress.
Go Toros!
Very nice.
Okay.
There we go. So just at the end, I don't know if you could, I'm sorry, the sound wasn't perfect, but they did mention two important things that are coming up for us. The first is our self-study WASC accreditation visit happening the first week of February. Our model school visit was a great dress rehearsal for that, but also a really amazing time for our school community to come together and just be really positive. Eden participated in it. His parents who are here participated in it. The parent focus group in the morning with the parents and alumni had tears, and a parent told the committee, "This school changed my child, saved my child's life," and the committee nodded, and the parent said, "No, really. This school changed my child, saved my child's life." It was just a lovely day, and I know Eden's group, they asked, what else would you want? And our students said nothing. We have everything we need at Montecito, and that was really lovely. But in February, we will have an accreditation visit, so I'll be reaching out to all of you. And then our highlight of our year, our College and Career Fair, is scheduled for February 11th. It's a Wednesday in the Wilson Gym, and I'm going to send all of you save the dates soon because I know everybody enjoyed looking for that next career last year as well. And then everything I didn't get to, Eden's going to tell you because there's a lot going on at Montecito, and I know his turn is coming up in just a second. So thank you for the opportunity to present and see you all.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the lead into the next agenda item. Next item on the agenda is item D2, which is a report from our student board members. So Eden, we're going to start with you, so take it away.
Hello. All right, that was quite loud, but good evening, members of the board. Montecito is starting the second trimester, or started it yesterday, and we have about 10 new students who have joined us. As you heard in our, probably not heard, maybe, in our short video, we are using our new class, Tour Time, to help students focus on college and career setting goals and building relationships with student and staff. The class is 2 days a week for 25 minutes. Students and teachers all think this time has been valuable for us. We have lots of resources for students who are looking for jobs, including Mr. Jordan, the Ramona Chamber of Commerce, and the school district. 7 Montecito students are new student workers at Thrive programs in our school. And we also, and we also had a Jersey Mike fundraiser last week to support ASB, and I think we did the best fundraiser we have ever done with Jersey Mike's Overhaul, and the manager even came up and said, it was like, good job guys, this is the best I have ever seen. Everyone stayed overtime or longer than their actual shifts, and we were all having a nice time just being together. There's also a basketball session that is starting. We have our first game in next week away against the Pacific View and Oceanside, and also we gave away benches. Since at construction class we build these benches and stuff, and we gave it to Ramona Elementary and also Robin's Nest Animal Rescue. And you see all those pictures right there? That is from Mr. Chan's class and his students. They did a wonderful job.
Wow.
Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you. Very well done.
Thank you very much. Next up is Danny. Would you give us a quick introduction with your name and what school you're representing for the audience?
I'm Danny. I'm representing MVA, Mountain Valley Academy. Hello, board. I just have a couple positive updates. RCMS honored veterans at the Wednesday flag gathering. They do that on Veterans Day every year. It's really nice. The Scholastic Book Fair as well as the readathon went very well. They're over now. They went really good. A lot of fundraising. It was really great. We have another update is 7th graders were moved from the elementary program into like more of a middle school program. So more content specific teachers and more independence and a lot more opportunities for them. I interviewed some of the 8th graders personally, and they said that's like one of their favorite parts of moving into middle school. So that's really great for the 7th graders, and it's been a change that we've wanted to make for a while. We have a couple of upcoming events. Tie-Day Night this Friday, Craft Night December 5th. Those are both PTSA events. And then we have a drama production in December, the 11th and the 12th. I'm a part of that. Please come. It's going to be fun. And then Literature Day, December 12th as well. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if I could request staff, if you can give us maybe in the last portion of the update, some of these events. I know you do some, but I think there's interest on the board to support our students. If we could just somehow get that notification, we sure do appreciate it. Or if you guys want to email us directly, we'll be more than happy to make every attempt to attend.
Sure.
So thank you, Danny. Nice job. Audrey, we'll move on to you. If you could give us Audrey, you're new to us, so if you would introduce yourself and tell us what school you're representing tonight.
Good evening. My name is Audrey Schaefer, and I am the student board representative from Ramona High School. Thank you for having me here and providing me with the opportunity to represent Ramona High School. This fall season has been incredible for our athletes. It just ended. Our football team were league champions with 4 players named first team all-league offense and 5 on defense, with special recognition going to Wyatt Mallinson, the Palomar League Defensive Player of the Year. Our girls flag football team also became league champions, finishing an amazing second season and advancing to the CIF playoffs. Girls tennis sent both a singles player and a doubles team to CIF competition, while girls golf finished 3rd in league, with Mackenzie Algren earning second team all-league honors. Boys water polo finished their season strong, having competed in the CIF 3rd Division quarterfinals. Winter sports are now just beginning, and we're all excited to cheer on our basketball, soccer, wrestling, and girls water polo teams. ASB recently collaborated with multilingual students to host a vibrant Dia de los Muertos celebration. The event honored a tradition with over 3,000 years of history, tracing back to ancient Mesoamerican cultures that viewed death as a natural part of life. Our campus had student-made sugar skull decorations and a place for students to write messages to loved ones who have passed. The event had a great turnout throughout the school day, and students and staff came together to appreciate culture, remembrance, and community. Our Halloween rally was considered one of the best by many students this year. The rally featured a fun storyline that was played throughout the week, and it tied all the performances and games together. It kept the crowd engaged from start to finish, with students participating in many competitions and cheering for their classes. In addition, that day, ASB hosted a Halloween costume contest during lunch, where contestants showed creativity with costumes ranging from funny to spooky, with teachers on the judging board. During Red Ribbon Week, ASB also teamed up with the Break the Silence Club to promote mental health awareness and living drug-free lives. We had lots of students showing up and dressing up for the theme days throughout the week, and lunchtime activities hosted by the club to bring awareness. To celebrate our seniors, ASB hosted a senior tailgate and color splash, where students gathered for food, music, and a color-powdered game before the football game. Later that evening, we also recognized our senior athletes during senior night, celebrating their dedication and achievements across all fall sports. The event was emotional and proud as families and teammates came out to support the class of 2026. Our ASB team also recently attended the CATA Student Leadership Conference on October 13th to share and bring back new ideas for campus engagement. We're also continuing Blue Fridays, where students and staff wear blue every Friday to remind everyone of the pride that comes with being a Ramona Bulldog. Peer tutoring will be starting soon as a student-run opportunity designed to help classmates support one another academically. It's a great resource for students who want extra help or want to share their strengths in certain subjects with teachers they are also helping. With finals approaching December 17th and 19th, students are also preparing for Cram Slam sessions hosted by ASB for review and study before exams. I've also been noticing that students have made thinking more visible academically, with teachers pushing that concept. There's been a real shift towards understanding the reasoning behind concepts in classes instead of just memorizing formulas as well. That's all.
Thank you very much. Do any board members have questions for any of our student board members? All right. Thanks very much. We appreciate you guys coming and presenting tonight.
Nice job.
Next item on the agenda is item D3, which is the report from the California School Employees Association, Chapter 733.
Good evening, Dr. Thurman and board. I'm coming here to update you with our classified union, Chapter 733. We have created an email address for our Chapter 733 classified union staff to contact chapter leadership, and we have that email available. It is ramonacsea733@gmail. We also have a cell phone that has been purchased for classified employees to contact their local chapter union representatives in the process, that is in the process of being activated. We are also inquiring into the possibility of doing a fundraiser for student scholarships that will be awarded each year to graduating children of classified staff. There will also be a chapter meeting next Wednesday, November 19th at 4:30 p.m. at Ramona Community Campus. And then we also have nominations available for Chapter 733 executive positions for the 2026 year that are being accepted and will be voted on December 17th. Thank you.
Any questions? I have a request.
Yes.
Would you please let us know when you have your fundraisers? Our emails are available on the website.
Okay.
And we would love to have the opportunity to try to attend or participate in any way.
Okay, will do. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much. Next item on the agenda is item D4, which is report from the Ramona Teachers Association. Call them out.
Hello. A few things happening across the district. This is a short month with only 13 work days, in case you were wondering. Barnett kindergartners are having so much fun learning all about plants and animals and how their needs are both similar and different. After studying the pumpkin cycle, and then they read the story Pumpkin Jack, they got to carve their own class pumpkin, who is now sealed in a clear, airtight container so that they can observe the cycle happening right there before their eyes. And actually, they get to plant the seeds from Pumpkin Jack in the spring. So their teachers are proud of all the students' hard work and excitement for learning every day. Hanson 5th graders got to take a field trip to the safari park, and they were able to learn about animals' habitats and food chain and adaptations. Miss Dennis is starting a recycling program at Ramona Elementary, in which her moderate 5th and 6th grade students will be collecting recycling across the campus. She will turn it in for money, which will then be donated to the PTA. She's very excited to help her students learn vocational skills and the confidence they need to navigate the middle school campus down the line. The OPMS year-long theater class put on their first production of the year, and they had 150 students and parents attend, and they got fundraised. They raised over $1,000 for their program. RHS peer counselors have been selected. There's 10 newbies, and they will be trained next week on Monday and Tuesday over here at Montecito. And so they want to give a special invite to Mr. Thurman to visit during lunch if possible. And then congrats to RHS Cross Country and their coach, Mr. Albanese, for Valley League Championship. Along with that, Coach Baldwin, Bash, and Traverso have all led their teams to league championships this year with football, flag football, and boys water polo. So congrats to all of our coaches and players.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is item E1. This is a public comment. Mr. Dome, do we have any cards?
Yes. Can Yvonne Slater-Grigas come up?
Welcome. You'll have 3 minutes, and Mr. Dome will be your timekeeper.
Hello? Is that working now? Okay. Great, thank you. I am actually a homeschool parent. I'm going to hold this. Because my son can't go to school anymore because of SB 277. If you don't know what that is, I hope you'll look into it and hopefully help us overturn it one day. But as much as I've heard wonderful things about Montecito, that video we just watched was given me a reminder of one thing I actually did want to talk about. And maybe this is prudish and I'm an older parent, but what I saw those kids wearing is inappropriate. And I'm praying all the time that we could have a dress code of some kind, because males and females alike, there's a lot of temptation, there's hormones, and for them to have to try and focus in class, I think is really cruel. So that's my heart for tonight, what I did not expect to speak on. But my other is, I'm a leader in Awanas, which is called Approved Workmen Are Not Ashamed. It's a child discipleship program. So I'm honored to teach these children, and after a long day of work, I get to hear scripture back to me, and that is a beautiful thing. And I have only 4 students in my small group. And out of those 4 girls, 2 of them were lamenting last night with broken hearts because they no longer want to go to art class. They don't want to attend art class. The teacher has sent multiple children home crying at OPMS. And every single student, what do you call them, the substitute teachers that they have, it's like there's some sort of a weird thing going on, because they said that every single one of those teachers that is a replacement in the time of sickness or whatever is just as awful. And I'm here standing up for these girls who I love and I'm discipling, and I'm going to show them what I've done on their behalf, because that's what we do for each other, is we come alongside them, and I'm showing them what this looks like, coming and speaking on their behalf at this very important meeting. So that is what I wanted to share tonight. I don't know who this teacher is. I would assume someone would know. There's only one teacher, I would imagine, at OPMS. They're 7th grade girls, and they no longer love art. So that beautiful gift that God has given them is now being squashed, and that's not okay with me as a parent and a leader of these young disciples. So I thank you for your time, and I hope you have a blessed evening, and I thank you for what you're doing here protecting the children.
Thank you.
Mrs. Grigas, did I pronounce it correctly?
Slater-Grigas.
Slater-Grigas. I would encourage you to speak to those 4 girls and have them approach the principal with their concerns. Our principal is very responsive, she's very kind, and she's fantastic. And if we want change, we can't change it if we don't know about it.
Right. So I'm hoping that by coming here, it will give them the courage to take that action. And out of those 4 girls, 2 of them go to MVA, and only 2 go to OPMS. So that brings the odds right up. I mean, how would it happen that 2 of those girls had the same teachers, and out of the thousands of students, they just happen to be in my group? I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yeah, none of us can speak to that specific situation, but if the concerns are brought forward to staff, then we'll at least have the opportunity to investigate, look into it, and hopefully address it. And if they don't get resolution from that, we've got a wonderful superintendent whose email is readily available on our website.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
All right, next item on the agenda is going to be item G4.
Members of the board, this is Williams Settlement Report for our 25-26 site visits. As you know, you hear quarterly about Williams complaints. There's a little bit more to that. We have schools that have been identified that require a visit from personnel from the San Diego County Office of Education. They're there for three purposes: to ensure students have access to sufficient instructional materials, to assess compliance with facilities maintenance, and to ensure that the school has the Williams Uniform Complaint Procedures posted. I'm sorry, there's four, and then the accurate data regarding the SARC, the School Accountability Report Card. Those visits, there were four schools that qualified: RE, Mount Woodson, Ramona Community Montessori, and Olive Pierce Middle School. The supporting documentation shows you the report that comes as a result of the visit that was made by the personnel from San Diego County Office of Education. They don't necessarily use this word, but I'll summarize it by just saying that we pass each of these inspections, and you have those summary reports so that you can see how the schools fared in those four areas.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for staff on G5? Next item on the agenda is item G6. That was G4. Next item on the agenda is item G5, which is the approval of Uniform Complaint Quarterly Report for Williams case.
The board is very familiar with the quarterly report. We have to report every quarter if we have any Williams complaints that have been filed. The report is behind there that we have 0 Williams complaints, uniform complaints regarding the Williams case.
All right, this is an action item to accept the report.
I move approval.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Before we move on from this, as I was looking at the site visit reports, on the sections that were marked poor, are poor condition things, so does that then become a work list? Do we need to do anything to make that happen, or is it already going? Yes?
Good evening. Yes, those actually are items that maintenance and operations is looking at and working on to address. The items that can be addressed quickly are being done so, and the others are being added to their work list.
Okay. Were we expecting this? Were we surprised by these?
Some of the items, yes. However, all of them, no.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If I could make a request of staff, is maybe we can see the actual report and then what the plan is for to remedy those specific items. Does that work for
Yeah, that'd
members?
be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it'd be helpful to know what is the definition of good and fair. It's kind of not very clear.
I will get all those reports to you.
Thanks very much.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Okay.
We ready to move on?
Yes.
All right, next item on the agenda is item
Good night.
G6. This is the initial proposal from RUSD to California School Employees Association and its Ramona Chapter 733 for 2025-2026 reopening of negotiations.
And if I could just make a note that while the agenda items posted for the public are correct, the supporting documents provided to the board contain an error in the school year listed for items G6, G7, G8, G9, G10, and G11. Any place where the school year 23-24 is listed on these items, the correct school year is 2025-2026 for these next 6 items.
Just for point of clarification, the posted agenda is correct, though.
Correct.
Thank you very much, sir. Keep going.
The initial proposal, there's three parts to this. The first is I share with the board the initial proposal to CSEA from the district. We will be opening 4 articles. Article 18, Health and Welfare Benefits, and Appendix B. Article 16, Wages, and Appendix C. Article 7, Seniority, and Article 13, Layoff and Reemployment. This is an information item only.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is item G7. This is the public hearing on initial proposal from Ramona Unified School District to California School Employees Association and its Ramona Chapter 733 for 2025-2026 reopening of negotiations. I now will open the public hearing for public comment. This is your opportunity to address the board on this item, whether you have filled out a request to be heard slip or not, request to speak. Seeing nobody coming forward, I will now close the public hearing. We'll move forward to item G8. G8 is the adoption of the initial proposal for Ramona Unified School District, the California School Employees Association, and its Ramona Chapter 733 for 2025-2026 reopening of negotiations.
Staff is recommending the school board adopt the district's initial proposal to CSEA and its Ramona Chapter number 733 for the reopening of the 2025-26 negotiations.
I move approval.
I'll second. Got a motion and a second. Any questions for staff? All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item G9. This is the initial proposal from Ramona Unified School District to Ramona Teachers Association for 2025-2026 reopening of negotiations.
Again, similar to the proposal that was just adopted for CSA, we've also given RTA our initial proposal, which includes opening the Articles 11, Health and Welfare Benefits and Appendix A, Article 12, Salary and Appendices B and D, Article 16, Class Size, Article 20, Certificated Employees with Intern Credentials or Variable Term Waivers, and Appendix I, Reduction in Force Layoff Procedures. This is informational only.
Any questions for staff? All right. We'll move on to the next agenda item, which is agenda item G10. This is the public hearing on initial proposal from Ramona Unified School District to Ramona Teachers Association for the 2025-2026 reopening of negotiations. I'll open the public hearing. This is your opportunity to come forward, members of the public's opportunity to come forward and be heard on this agenda item, whether or not you have filled out a speaker slip in advance. Seeing nobody coming forward, I will now close the public public hearing. We'll move on to agenda item G11. This is the adoption of the initial proposal from Ramona Unified School District to Ramona Teachers Association for the 2025-2026 reopening of negotiations.
Staff is recommending that the school board adopt the initial proposal to RTA for the 25-26 reopening of negotiations.
I move approval.
I'll second. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Let's see, we're on G12 now, right?
Yes.
All right. They start to look alike after a little while. Try reading them. Approval of the item G12 is the approval of a memorandum of understanding between Ramona Unified School District and the California School Employees Association, CSEA, and its Ramona Chapter 733 regarding individual reclassifications.
You have before you an MOU that constitutes the work of the CSEA negotiation team along with the district's negotiation team regarding reclassification of positions. Those positions that are included in the MOU are listed here on the green sheet, and staff is recommending that the board approve the MOU as presented.
Any questions for staff on this item? Nope. Is there a motion?
I move approval.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item G14. This is the approval of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Ramona Unified School District and California School Employees Association and it's Ramona Chapter 733 regarding Public Agency Retirement Services Supplemental Retirement Plan.
Are you on 13?
13,
Did I
14.
said 14, I read
Correct.
14?
Yeah, you said 14.
Say that again?
I think we're on 13.
My apologies.
Like you said, they all look the same.
Item G12, excuse me, G13 is the next item on the agenda. This is the approval of the resolution authorizing the district to enter into an agreement with the Public Agency Retirement Services, PARS, to design and administer a supplemental retirement plan.
Members of the board, as you're aware through previous budget presentations made through our Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services, the district is facing a budget deficit in the coming years, and so staff has collectively worked with the board as well as with our labor union groups to look at alternative ways to capture savings. One of those is to participate in a administration of a supplemental retirement plan. This is a resolution from the board authorizing the district to enter into an agreement with the Public Agency Retirement Service, known as PARS, who helps facilitate such a supplemental retirement plan. So we're looking for authorization to enter into an agreement with this agency in order to be able to provide this incentive to both classified, certificated, and management employees that are eligible.
I'll move approval of this resolution in G13.
I have a question.
I'll second, or I'll second.
I just don't see attached bars. This retirement plan, I do see it attached to G14 and 15.
Probably because
Is it the
this is
same?
just a resolution
Okay.
to move forward with the activity.
Yeah, because the green sheet says with the, okay, so it's not supposed to be attached to this one. Okay.
All right, we have a motion from Board Member Perfect. We have a second from Board Member Summers. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. All right, so now we're on G14, right?
Correct.
Phew. G14 is the next item on the agenda.
Doing
It's-
great.
It's
I
the
don't know, you got it.
approval of memorandum of understanding between Ramona Unified School District and the California School Employees Association and its Ramona Chapter 733 regarding Public Agency Retirement Services Supplemental Retirement Plan.
I move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Next item on the agenda is item G15. This is the approval of memorandum of understanding between the Ramona Unified School District and Ramona Teachers Association regarding the Public Agency Retirement Services Supplemental Retirement Plan.
I move approval.
I'll second.
There you go.
Oh.
You guys want to arm wrestle?
I'm out.
No.
Okay. Second by Board Member Dome, motion by Board Member Dome, second by Board Member Phillips. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda, this is item G16, which is the approval of the agreement between the Ramona Unified School District and the Public Agency Retirement Services.
So I've authorized the district to engage with PARS. We have the MOUs with both CSEA and RTA. Now we're asking for approval to actually sign the agreement with the PARS organization.
I move approval.
Second.
All right, we got a motion by Board Member Dome, second by Board Member Perfect. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries unanimously. Next
Well
item.
done, President Drum. That's a lot.
Thanks for the support and the help. I appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is item G17. This is the approval of a provisional internship permit.
Members of the board, we have a teacher who is in the process of clearing their credential to be able to teach in California. This provisional internship permit allows this particular teacher to be in the classroom as an intern while they're in the process of clearing their credential through the approved program. We're asking for approval of this PIP.
No, I'll move approval.
I'll second.
We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you for letting HR be the focal point of tonight.
Yes, sir.
All 17 items. And
It was your turn in the barrel.
And thank you for the timing.
Of course. Get better soon. Next part of the agenda is going to be Section F, which is the Education Services Division. We're going to go to F10. This is the adoption of Resolution 2025-2026-07, supporting Title IX and fairness in girls' interscholastic sports.
Thank you, President Drum, members of the board. At the request of board members, resolution number 2025-2026-07 is being presented for board adoption. This resolution affirms the district's commitment to maintaining equitable athletic opportunities for female students, upholding the intent of Title IX, and encouraging athletic governing bodies, including the CIF, California Interscholastic Federation, to preserve the integrity of girls' sports in accordance with federal protections.
Any questions for staff?
I have some comments on this.
Okay, those are next. You're up.
Thank you. First, I want to recognize Maya Phillips for bringing up and bringing forward this resolution in support of Title IX. To date, there have been 3 other school districts in California that have voted language similar to the one that Maya has written in support of Title IX. In addition to that, the International Olympic Committee announced this week that there will be no transgender athletes participating in the upcoming Olympic Games. That is a step in the right direction to support female athletes. Also today, the Catholic Church bishops announced that there will be no further transgender surgeries in Catholic hospitals in the United States. The trend is against the woke ideology of having men participate in female sports. So I recommend that we adopt this resolution. Thank you.
Is that a motion?
That is a motion.
Okay.
I'll second, but I have a comment as well.
Okay. There's a motion and a second. We'll turn over to you for comments.
Yeah, I want to express my gratitude to the board president and to the superintendent for placing this Title IX resolution proposed in September, co-sponsored by Dan Summers, and requested as an action item on the November agenda. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate your cooperation. I want to thank Dan Summers for co-sponsoring this resolution. And I want to say that biological differences between male and female athletes can create inherent competitive advantage for males in categories designated specifically for girls. And it's important that we protect the fairness, safety, and integrity of girls' sports. Doing so helps ensure a level playing field for female athletes and uphold the original intent of Title IX.
Good? All right. We have a motion and a second. Any other comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think this is kind of poignant to be able to make this more of a declaration, because right now we have 2 opposing laws, the state of California and also the federal government. And the federal government's law happened first. Title IX has been around for a long time. And that was to ensure equal opportunities in sports. And so our California law conflicts, and it's been making it very difficult for districts across the state to figure out what you're supposed to do and where the law leans towards, and the reality is, whatever we do, it makes it almost impossible to uphold the law. So I think this is really important that at least we state that we need to go with the original law, which was the federal law, and its intent of what it's trying to do, and uphold that, and come up with another way to fairly have opportunities for those that do not fit into the gender of boy and girl.
May I comment?
Yeah.
The other districts that voted in favor of this resolution were Kern County Board of Education. They voted unanimously. Kern County High School voted, and Redlands voted. The language in this resolution that we're using tonight was almost identical to those resolutions. Maya wrote it, and it is almost word for word. None of those districts have been sued or approached because they don't challenge, the verbiage does not challenge California law. It just makes a case against biological males competing against women, and it supports Title IX. Now, before tonight, we had the resolution that Maya wrote reviewed by our legal advisor. And our legal advisor said that it poses no risk to the district of a lawsuit from the state of California.
I want to add, to piggyback on what Roger said, that there are so many school districts in California facing uncertainty, which makes it an impossible choice: either comply with state law and risk federal penalties, or comply with federal interpretations of the law and risk state sanctions. And that's why, similar to what you said.
So I've been largely disappointed with CIF and their handling of this situation. It seems that independent school districts are trying to take the lead on a situation that should have been dealt with at a different level. But we are independent, and we can take the actions that we take. Brian, I would hope that as you are, you're still with the Board of Managers, if you could let it be known at that level about this resolution by the district, and maybe we can get a little momentum going and light a fire under CIF to make something happen also. You know, I've been involved there just with the coordinating council, and the way this topic has been dealt with is not satisfactory in my opinion. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions on this? All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next portion of the agenda we're going to move to is H, which is the Administrative Services Division. First up in this section is H4. This is the approval to award the bid for district-wide data services, project bid number 465-26A Alpha.11.
Good evening, board members. Infinity Communications, our E-rate consultant, advertised the bid for district-wide data services that provides internet connections for the district and supports all students and staff. 2 bids were received and opened on October 13th. 1 bid from AT&T did not meet the required bandwidth or contract length as stated in the request for proposal. Thus, the district recommends that bid number 465-268.11 be awarded to Cox Business in the amount of $219,120. The actual net cost to the district will be approximately $23,752.80, as there will be a discount of 80% applied from the E-rate program.
Any questions for staff on this agenda item? Is there a motion to move forward?
I'll move approval of this, to award this bid.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is item H6. This is the approval of resolution number, thank you. Next item on the agenda is the approval of Associated Student Body ASB budgets for school sites for the 2025-2026 school year, and this is item H5.
Thank you, President Drum. Each school site's associated student body program is required to develop a projected budget that consists of anticipated revenues and expenses for the year. The district's finance department provides oversight to ensure accuracy and reasonableness of these budgets. As the year progresses, the department monitors the budgets to ensure regulation compliance and provides support when needed to each program. The district recommends approval of the school site ASB budgets for the 25-26 school year.
I'd like to move approval.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any questions for staff?
I
before
just
we-
want to mention that these appear to be quite a bit more thoroughly prepared than we've seen in some years in the past. And I really appreciate whatever support our staff has provided to our each of our school sites in accomplishing this task.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to echo that. I do have a question because, especially with Ramona High School, which is going to be the largest expenditures, what exactly is ASB and ASB club expenses? I know what that is, but it's such a huge amount. Is there any way that we can get that itemized a little bit, like help us understand maybe by club? I don't know. We don't need to know what all the little details are, but just so we have a better understanding of what's going on.
I can absolutely get that clarification for you and bring that to you very soon.
And then, usually ASB doesn't pay for staff. However, typically they pay for assistant coaches and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that staffing expenses, events, athletics, is mainly to staff the event and pay for assistant coaches. Is that correct?
I believe so, but I will get clarification on that as well and get that back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
So your two questions were, what's the definition of ASB and ASB club expenses in the expenditures section? And
Yes.
then what was staffing expenditure expenses and events / athletics? Those are your two questions?
Right, and-
Okay, I just didn't write them down and I should have.
The reason I'm asking is because in ASB, if we're going to be audited, which we always do, we always are, those are going to be the areas they're going to be looking at.
Sure.
A lot. So, especially when staff is involved in hiring employees from ASB monies. So I'm just curious.
All right. Anything else for staff?
Nope.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item H6. This is the approval of resolution number 2025-2026-06 to withdraw from the Government Financial Services Joint Power Authority.
Thank you. The district contracted with Government Financial Strategies Joint Powers Authority towards the end of the 22-23 school year and has received fiscal guidance and technical assistance through this contract. These services have met the district's needs effectively, and it has been determined that ongoing participation in this JPA is no longer needed. The district recommends approval of Resolution 2025-2026-06 to withdraw from the GFS JPA effective June 30th, 2026.
I do have a question. So the name that we see here, Government Financial Strategies, is that a government entity or the name of a business?
That is the name of a business.
Very good, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second? All
And
those in,
I was just going to say, our overall savings is $5,000 annually, correct?
Correct.
I know we didn't put that on there, but it clearly is.
Yes.
anything else for staff? All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item H7. This is the approval of declaration of surplus equipment.
Thank you, President Drum. Before you is a 13-page list of items being declared surplus by the district. Most of these are technology devices that have served our staff and students well, but are now either unusable due to damage or obsolete because of their age and the lack of operating system support or available upgrades. The district recommends approving the list in its entirety so these items can be removed from our inventory.
All right, any questions for staff?
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion
I noticed,
carries.
when they go up for auction, there is a boom box you might want to get there. Right?
Don't think I don't have one already from 1984. I should have said 1984. Yeah.
Right.
Next item on the agenda is item H8. This is the approval of acceptance of gifts.
Thank you. For my last item this evening, we have two generous gifts to present for approval this evening. The first is from For Us and will pay for an interactive communication board for the playground at Ramona Elementary. The second is from Barnett Elementary's PTA and will pay for various playground materials at that school site.
I would like to move approval of acceptance of these generous gifts. I do have a question. I'll ask it after the second.
I'll second.
Thank you. So can you explain what the signboard is?
Absolutely. So the signboard at Ramona Elementary will support students in the SWIDS department that are nonverbal, and it's a way for them to communicate with other students on the playground and interact more with general education students by being able to communicate how they want to play, because most of them won't take their devices, their communication devices with them out to the playground because of possibility of damage to them. And the board has different actions, different letters and words on the board, and they will be able to point to what they want to do with other students as a way of communicating what they want to do on the playground. This was brought forth by the APE staff at the site, and For Us was very much in support of assisting with this.
APE being adaptive PE?
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would love to see that. So if we have a site visit scheduled there, maybe we could add that to our list of stop by and check it out.
Thanks. Any other questions for staff on this item? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item
No.
H9. It's right at the top. There was no letter associated with it on my page. Is H9. This is the approval of acceptance of grants.
Good evening, board members. I misspoke. This is my last item for this evening, and this is for your approval and acceptance this evening. It's an anonymous gift through DAF Giving 360, formerly known as Schwab, and it's in the amount of $30,000 for Ramona High School, with $4,000 being allocated towards water polo, $4,000 towards swim, $2,000 towards ASB assemblies, $10,000 towards renovations, and $10,000 towards technology. And this is recommended to be approved and accepted this evening.
I move to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. That is very generous. And anonymous, they're doing it for the right reason. So, having heard that, having said that, we've got a motion and a second. Any comments or questions for staff? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Please thank them.
Absolutely.
They're anonymous.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a way to correspond.
There's got to be a way.
Tori knows how to find it.
Yeah. Please.
I will do my very best to communicate our gratitude and thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is item item I2. This is Ramona Unified School District Strategic Plan Update.
Thank you, President Drum, members of the public, members of the board. This update will provide a report on the district's newly initiated strategic planning process. We are just getting that process initiated. We're developing a clear, actionable plan to strengthen operations, systems, and instruction. Tonight, I'll highlight the initial work underway towards establishing a shared vision and mission, implementing effective systems and processes, and enhancing alignment and accountability, ultimately through tools such as scorecards and 30, 60, 90-day action cycles, all of which will guide and inform the district's comprehensive strategic planning effort. As part of our commitment to an inclusive and transparent process, we began by ensuring equal access for anyone interested in serving on the steering committee or a focus group. We sent a community-wide survey to family, staff, and community members, provided ample time for responses, and ultimately received a diverse pool of participants, including individuals who have not traditionally served on past committees, along with various employees, board members, etc., throughout the community. This resulted in strong representation across all groups: administration, board members, certificated, classified staff, community members, and parents from every grade span, including those representing special populations. We've also ensured that the selection process was fair and consistent. The opportunity was advertised through the Ramona Roundup. A clear deadline was established. Anyone who is not selected for the steering committee will automatically be included in a focus group if they indicated interest in focus groups, so that every voice can be heard. So we had 17 people that responded, applicants in all of these various areas. We had 2 that responded after the deadline. However, those two those 2 individuals will be offered to serve in focus groups as well, and we'll be adding to the focus groups shortly. To keep the board fully informed, an informational update on strategic planning process will be included on every board meeting agenda moving forward until we're completed. The upcoming steps. This is the most important part. We are going to be notifying all 15 steering committee members starting tomorrow regarding a December 9th meeting to initiate this. We're going to hold that first steering committee meeting on December 9th, and then we'll be finalizing focus group membership with meetings occurring in January and February. So we've got focus groups that we would like to have, but we'll of course get the steering committee's input on that, on any other additional focus groups that they might deem necessary. So that's where we're at right now. We'll have more meat as far as the strategic planning process after that December 9th meeting, and we're looking forward to continuing on. Any questions?
All right, thank you very much. That was information only. Next item on the agenda is item I3. These are the nominations for California School Board Association Delegate Assembly.
Yes, thank you, President Drum. This is an opportunity for members of the board to nominate any delegates not within our own board. We'll be doing that with the December meeting, or we'll do that now, but we won't do, yours will be on there, Don, actually, the next one, because you're
I am
there.
seeking a nomination for this year's cycle. It could happen on this agenda if
Okay.
the board were so inclined.
Okay, excellent.
Can we
So-
nominate more than one? Or
Yes, so sometimes other board members or people eligible have reached out to board members sometimes, or sent things to us which we would present to you. We haven't received any. Sometimes we'll get something that says this particular board endorses this person or thinks favorably of a particular individual, and we would usually give you those if we hadn't. I think we've had some in years past. We do not have any of those this year. But if there's anyone else that you'd like to nominate, that's the purpose of this.
Is there anybody, any other board member that's interested?
Obviously, I'm interested in continuing my service with the Delegate Assembly.
I know you are, I mean,
Yes.
beyond you.
Yes, and it is possible at this time that not only can we nominate from our own board, but also board members from other districts. For example, I did receive word this morning that another district had submitted a nomination for me unsolicited, which is flattering and
That's
very
nice, yeah.
I think that time is often very valuable thing. And if we can get this resolved tonight, I suggest we do.
Oh.
And in that interest, I nominate Don Perfect for the position.
Well, I second that nomination.
All right.
Thank you.
I third it.
I thought you were going to announce that you wanted to be nominated too. I don't know.
He talked about time.
You misspoke.
Okay.
And you misheard.
All right. Having heard that, we'll take this as an action item right now. If anybody wants to continue the conversation after we vote, then we will have the opportunity. But right now, we have a motion and a second to nominate Don Perfect as our representative to CSBA, or as a representative to CSBA. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Are there
Thank you.
any other nominations on this agenda item?
Oh. Did you say? What did you say?
Any other nominations?
Are there any other
Well,
nominations?
I have seen the name of Bob Weller from Escondido on previous times when the nominations came up. So, but I don't know if he would be willing, but I've seen his name before and I know him personally. So I would like to nominate him.
Okay, we have a nomination to, or a motion to nominate Bob Weller from Escondido. Is there a second?
I don't know who he is.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, so
Do you have anything written on him?
No, it didn't occur to me until this moment when we
If-
start
if it-
discussing this agenda item.
If it helps at all, he may receive nomination from another district, perhaps his own, where
His
he
own
is
program,
known.
yeah.
And this is not the final deal, these
Okay.
nominations. We will vote on from the entire list, I think in March.
Correct.
So just to close out procedurally, that motion fails for lack of a second. Any more commentary on this agenda item? All right. Next item on the agenda is item I-4, which is the superintendent's report.
Thank you, President Drum, members of the board and the public. Welcome to this 60th day of school, which means we have exactly 2/3 of the school year left to go. I really this evening have to start my report with a huge thank you to our elementary principals and the Ed Services team that they work with. Everything the Ed Services team is doing to impact instructional improvement at our school sites. The elementary principals came together this morning for a meeting at 7:30 where they were sharing their improvement plans and how they're interacting with every grade level team, identifying students who need interventions, following up on their progress, and working toward continuous improvement. They shared struggles and barriers. They all offered ideas, supports, and encouragement for one another. It was a perfect picture of a professional learning community experiencing the productive struggle, which is really defined as the process of actively working through challenging problems that are within one's capabilities, leading to deeper understanding, resilience, and improved problem-solving skills, especially with support from a team. It's similar to what our teachers go through, a grade level team or a department in reviewing student work and troubleshooting ways to improve. It was great to see our principals doing the same thing in a safe environment and really encouraging and lifting each other up with all kinds of ideas and support. So I was moved by just being there and listening to what they were doing and being led by Leslie this morning, and also just offering to continue the conversation on the ways that they are being pulled off campus and all those other responsibilities that are pulling at them in order to continue focusing on this really critical work. So additionally, speaking of improvement, we will be seeing some important student achievement data from our 2025 state testing cycle at our December board meeting from Ed Services Director Robin Aaron. But I want to give a little bit of a spoiler alert and a huge shout out to RHS for making significant improvements in 6 state indicators. The dashboard went public today, so the data's been released. If you remember from our previous meetings with Robin, she went over what the colors mean. Starts with red from the lowest range of scores of student achievement, to orange, low level, yellow's the average level, green is the high level that is the state's target for all schools, and then there's blue, that's the highest level. Well, RHS achieved all blue and green in the following 5 indicators: English learner progress, suspension rates, graduation rates, English language arts, and mathematics. Oh, and science, thank you. I didn't see that. Oh, good. So, remarkable achievement there.
That
and progress.
deserves recognition from the board.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Let's call at a future board meeting that
Yep.
some of those staff members in front of this board for
Yeah.
proper recognition.
Yes, that's a great idea. I needed to call Mr. Jami today for something unrelated, and he said, wait a minute, have you seen our results? I said, yes, I've got them sitting right in front of me. So he said, we're already talking about how we can honor our staff and all their hard work and everything they've done. So I said, well, let us know what we can do, because that is a huge process to get through and to have these kind of results at a high
When
school.
was this process actually administered?
During the testing cycle last school year, all of this is a result of all the testing, and then the state analyzes all of the college-bound, all the English learner, all the different data for each subgroup before they would provide this, the colors.
If
Yeah.
you would also, this is just a request from one guy to another, call Antoinette.
Never thought of that. Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
That's your honor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, thank you very much. In other news, RSD was highlighted recently for having 2 schools that qualified for the California Honor Roll, sponsored by the Educational Results Partnership, which is part of the National Campaign for Business and Educational Excellence. Schools were evaluated using 22 academic metrics. California Honor Roll came from the Educational Results Partnership, which is the only recognition program presented with state and local business leaders using solely objective student achievement data from 22 academic measurements as the criteria. So both Mountain Valley Academy and James Dukes Elementary have been recognized with this honor at the star level, which means they're in a district with greater than or equal to 30% of their students being designated as socioeconomically disadvantaged. Only 21% of eligible schools and districts made the honor roll in 2025. Incidentally, both of our schools also qualified for the honor roll in 2024 as well. So other local districts that were recognized included Julian, La Mesa Spring Valley, Mountain Empire, Escondido, Fallbrook, Santee. Some of those had as little as 2 up to 5. One of our districts, well, several of the districts around did not have any that made that cutoff. So very proud of both those schools and the work that they've done to achieve this honor roll recognition. And this last but not least, looks like we have rain coming tomorrow afternoon. So I hope that everyone bundles up for the CIF quarterfinals game tomorrow night against Christian High. We're looking forward to that game. Starts at 7, so we hope to see you there.
Here
But dress
or there?
warm. Here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Thank you.
Any questions for the superintendent?
Are we allowed to bring umbrellas in?
I think
Don't
so.
know?
I
Yes?
don't know the answer to that. Is anyone here?
Those are lightning rods.
Got it.
One quick question. I was taking notes, and I could not write as fast as you were speaking. Can you please confirm that we recognized improvements and achievements in English language arts at the high school, mathematics and science, those 3 specifically?
Yes. Content areas, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then our graduation rates, our suspension rates, and our
English learner progress, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, significant.
Those are categories we wanted to hit hard.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially math.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Huge progress.
Great to hear.
Yes, very nice.
Very exciting. So,
All
thank
right.
you all.
Excellent.
Thanks for sharing that. Dan, why don't we, next item on the agenda is board member reports. We'll start with you and work our way down.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't know if the other members of the board are aware of this. I emailed the superintendent earlier in the week and got the good news back. But I am thrilled. I can barely sit in my chair Wondering why, aren't you? Because a chapter of Turning Point USA has been started at Ramona High School. And last night, they had a fundraiser at Rubio's. I didn't make it, but that will not curtail me from supporting the program. That's all.
Okay.
Again, I would
Great.
encourage groups in our schools to please get us some sort of notification of their fundraisers so we can support them as much as we can given our busy lives. But yeah, it would be nice to be able to support our students and our community. I'm on some, but I didn't get it. So anyway, Dawn.
Okay. I am on social media, and I do see a lot of these things. And one of those things was the Montecito High School fundraiser Jersey Mike's, which our student board member told us was highly successful. I was there to witness it myself. And you know, they did something that was kind of neat. They had a strong presence outside and made every person that walked in feel like a rock star. Like they really were doing it up. So it was festive and fun and made me want to jump at the chance to support that again whenever I can. And Montecito is kind of our theme for this month. I was able to attend the Montecito High School Model School interview, and I left out the word continuation because honestly, in that interview, continuation school was not the biggest factor. This is a school for all of us to be proud of, regardless continuation school or any other alternative program aside. The students represented very well. I saw some of them there and some staff as well. They all spoke from the heart, and I think that the panel that came to observe saw and felt that I was proud to be there and really happy that I could honestly say such great things about what's happening over there for our students. So great experience. And last but not least, thank you so much for the nomination to the Delegate Assembly. I appreciate serving that way and your confidence in me. That concludes my report.
Thanks very much. Dr. Maravich and staff are doing some good things on that
Amazing.
site.
Yeah.
It was nice to hear from them too.
Yes.
Roger Dome.
So this weekend I was up in Sacramento, and I am involved in an organization called SASA that we ended up merging with. We started in 2022, and we created what's called the California Advocacy Leadership Conference for students, where they go and advocate to their elected officials up in Sacramento. So we each year we've been growing. So this year we sold out. We had over 100 people there and their students. And we went and we spoke to our elected officials, and we had two asks. One was to increase the ELOC funding to the original procured amount, which is $5 billion. And so we asked them to fund it fully to the $5 billion level. And we were definitely heard. And we went to our assembly members and senators here locally, but all across the state, and we met in their offices. We either met with their chief of staff or the elected official or somebody else that was there. And we also asked for one other thing, and that was for CTE-IG monies to either remain the $300 million level that they are currently, so that CTE programs can be funded, or to increase those numbers because there's been a 4.5% rise in California since COVID, and it shows that there's definitely an increase in interest in CTE. I would love to have Ramona kids be at this event. It does cost us only $100 to have a student there, but then of course you have to get there. But it would be wonderful to, it's kind of like Delegate Assembly, right? Mm-hmm. To have our students here represented supporting these efforts. I think they're definitely great efforts, and the kids are learning a lot. really hard when an elected official has 10 kids in their office in Sacramento to tell them no. I never hear them say no. They're always like, let me speak to my member. You know? Anyways, it was a great event.
You done?
Yeah.
All right, great. Maya, you're up.
Yes, I had several thoughts on several different items. For example, when the board approved bylaw 9250 remuneration, reimbursement, and other benefits, it included $240 monthly stipend. Although I did not vote for it, we were not aware at the time that a new California law taking effect on January 1st will increase the stipend the districts of our size to $1,200 per month. For 5... Huh?
What law is that?
It will, I don't know the name of the number of the law, but it will increase to $1,200 per month. So for 5 board members, that will be a total of $72,000 per year. And I have been also thinking about comparing it with $10,000 the district is saving by not attending the CSBA conference this year. And I'm still trying to sort out how I feel about the new stipend level. On one hand, it seems like it's a lot of money, but I hope that it will make our school board races more competitive and attract the best and the brightest candidates. I understand that possibly higher stipend may help encourage more community members to run for school board races, and could also allow board members to dedicate more time to district issues. I also noticed that some California districts are discussing how to implement opt-outs in response to the U.S. Supreme Court decision in Mahmoud versus Taylor, which affirms parental rights to withdraw their children from discussions on LGBT issues that conflict with their sincere held religious beliefs. I also know that we recently updated our policy 6161.1 called Selection and Evaluation of Instructional Materials, adding the section on parental rights regarding core literature selections and opt-outs requests, which provides parents the option to opt out the core texts and related assignments. With that in mind, I would like to ask our superintendent to verify whether our district is in full compliance with the Supreme Court ruling and to update the board accordingly, please. I would like to share some interesting information about student education. I had some interaction recently. So recently I came across this article in California Schools magazine titled Hemet USD Students Find Confidence as Literacy Rates Climb. So it caught my attention because I remember Hemet was one of the client districts for Studer. So I'm reading this article, and I noticed that the article actually highlights Hemet's progress in literacy, but attributes the partnership and improvement efforts to some company called West Ed, without mentioning Studer at all. So I was curious about this because I didn't understand why Studer wasn't acknowledged at all. So I started wondering whether the collaboration hadn't produced results, or maybe whether Studer might have been unfairly left out of the recognition they deserved. So I reached out to Janet Pilcher, the president of Studer Education, to ask what she thought might have happened. She told me she wasn't actually aware of this omission and would look into it. She later followed up after checking internally and speaking with the Hemet superintendent. It turned out that Studer was unjustly omitted. The superintendent of Hemet district was very apologetic and expressed strong support for Studer's work. At the end, Janet told me she appreciated that I brought this to her attention. And one more thing. Since I have not received a response from either the board president or the superintendent regarding my numerous previous agenda item requests, I would like to formally resubmit this request again in accordance with bylaw 9322 and our governance protocol. I respectfully request that the following action item be placed on the agenda for our December meeting. Remove the Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian from the revised secondary core literature list for grades 7 to 12 from any other approved lists, and prohibit its use anywhere in RUSD, including the ethnic studies curriculum. I actually found it telling that a parent from our community said during her public comment at the last board meeting that she couldn't help but think of parts of this book during the sexual harassment training she took with Ramona Unified, including some of the book's cartoons, derogatory comments, and suggestive messages. And I'm glad to hear that there is now a chapter of Turning Point in Ramona High School, because I did ask, I was wondering about that like a month and a half ago. I did ask Dr. Thurman about it, and while I was waiting for his response, I also submitted the same question to actual Turning Point itself, wondering if there were any requests from any Ramona schools, and they did respond to me, but also Dr. Thurman informed me that we had one chapter formed in Ramona High School as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll wrap this up. I want to thank the PTA and the staff from Barnett Elementary. I had the pleasure of attending their Monster Mash, and what a neat event. I've been to a lot of these for my own kids, and I got to tell you, this rivaled any that I've been to. The PTA members who planned this event spent an immense amount of time planning this event and making sure that it was pulled off in such a grand fashion. They did a fantastic job. I was really happy to be there, and got a little nostalgic and wished I had kids that age still. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Thurman for his team talks with staff members from out the district. I think it's just a great example of Dr. Thurman's interest in connecting to our staff members and sharing as much information as openly and honestly as possible. And we're headed into some rough seas. I think we all know that. And the way to navigate those rough seas is to be open and honest and vulnerable. And you're fantastic at that. So thank you very much. Having said that, our next meeting is going to be December 11th. I would ask all board members to review their calendars for 2026, because at the December 11th meeting, we are going to do our best to identify the board meeting dates for 2026. We know we have a challenge in January already, so we're going to be looking to problem solve some dates, a date specifically in January. But Roger, I know that you have some travel going on in your life, and you probably don't know what it is. But if there are, just yet, yeah. But if there's any way to identify those dates, or this Thursday is, you've already got trips to, a trip to Europe planned, whatever, please come to that, share it with us, and let us problem solve on dates that work for all of us. And then I can't not say, there are going to be times throughout the year where things just pop up, and I'm certainly personally more than willing to be as flexible as possible, as you all have been with me. So,
just a quick question. The law for attending virtually, is that a fiscal year law, or is that calendar year?
You mean the number? Oh, we can't do any totally virtual meetings.
No, I mean like one person.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Karina, are you aware of the virtual attendance rules? How many times a board member can attend virtually within a school year? Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll get more information to the board as soon as we have it.
I was thinking I could be on my gondola in Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Roger, when you come home at night, does your wife recognize you?
She travels with us.
Does.
Oh, she does?
So having said that, I will also ask the board to remember that we would like to consider adding half hour, 45 minutes to our closed session agenda for December 11th. So if y'all can plan on that and let us know, let staff know if it works for you. If not, we'll figure out what Plan B looks like. But we've got a couple of things that we want to discuss in that closed session. Having said that, thanks everybody for staying, and hope we didn't put you to sleep. And have a good night. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see everybody back here in December.
Gonna gavel it?
Not my way, brother.